All right. Instant reaction. First of all, I'm a huge fan of Sean Payton and Bo Nix, the combination. But I mean, tonight, 28-3 over Cincinnati. There's a couple of minutes left when I'm doing this. Um, I just think when you watch Bo Nix play with Sean Payton, Bo Nix does so many little things well that nobody pays attention to. Have you noticed when you watch Bo Nix tonight? When his receivers or his backs are out in the flat, that ball 100 for 100 times is right out in front. They catch it moving forward. It is accurate. It is on a line. It's not a loopy pass where they have to wait for it. That's NFL quarterback play. That's Tom Brady. The ability to get the ball out quickly. The receiver has the ball running. And I mean, between Mims and Franklin and Harvey, and Cortland Sutton, they just have a lot of guys who can run and catch. And Bo Nix is athletic. And he had a bad pick tonight, but people forget this. Go look at Drew Brees' second year with Sean Payton. His interceptions went up. Sean Payton puts a ton on his quarterbacks. That tonight they had motion on 35% of their plays. There is no hand holding. There is no babysitting. You got to be smart. You got to be focused. If it's important for you to be cool, if it's important for you to look this way or that way, it's not going to work. This is an adult offense for a smart, intense, laser-focused quarterback. Drew Brees is intense. He still is. Bo Nix, you don't see a lot of smiles during the game. It's all business. And that's what Sean Payton's offense demands. I really like what they've done. He and the GM, I like what they've done with the offense. J.K. Dobbins was a late add. J.K.'s excellent. Troy Aikman talked about it tonight. When J.K. is healthy, and there's guys in this league that can't make it through a 17-game schedule, but J.K. Dobbins is an excellent running back. He's got great instincts, really nice vision. His instincts, I always feel J.K. Dobbins is one of those running backs that's looking like 8 to 10 yards ahead. He sets everything up really well. But I really like watching Denver play. The Colts game, on that final kick penalty, they should have won that game. I think the roster is one of the 4 or 5 best rosters in the league. And I think it may not be Philadelphia, but I think it's in the Detroit, Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay class. I think it's that good. The pass rush doesn't feel quite as dominant. Now, Cincinnati, bad offensive line. The Colts shut down the Broncos pass rush, but that's a really good Colts offensive line. I think the Colts are going to win that division. I think they may win it going away. It's no shame in losing to Indianapolis. That's a good team. But I like everything they do. I just think Sean Payton, you know what I find a lot of times, and the media does this a lot. Fans do it all the time, but I don't hold the fans to a high standard. I hold the media to a higher standard. A lot of times the media, it's really pervasive. If they don't like a guy, then they'll criticize him, that they let their bias get in the way. Sean Payton is better than 99% of the coaches in this league, and he's got a great eye for personnel. And a lot of coaches don't. Andy Reid doesn't want to do personnel. Jimmy Johnson was legendary at it. Sean Payton's great with personnel. Jim Harbaugh's very, very good with personnel. Sean's excellent. I mean, look at these skill guys. They don't miss on these guys. Troy Franklin out of Oregon, Bo Nix's teammate, feels like a number 3 to me. There were 4 drop passes tonight. He had one of them, but Bo Nix still went 29 of 42 for 326 yards. So in that last touchdown out in the flat, they just are always prepared. And again, Bo Nix throws the ball down the field. It's not Justin Fields dink and dunk. It's a big boy offense. They're throwing that ball down the field aggressively, and you get some interceptions. Elway threw him, Namath threw him, Brady threw him, Peyton Manning threw him, Josh Allen threw him. I like my quarterbacks throwing the ball aggressively down the field. And I think Bo Nix is not only a better athlete than his draft preview, I think he's got a better arm. I thought he had kind of a Derek Carr arm in college. I think it's gotten stronger, but I just like his temperament. There's just no bullshit with Bo Nix. He is just laser focused. He can take to coaching. He'll bark right back. It's all ball all the time. So I like Denver a lot. I think they cleaned up some things tonight. Cincinnati's a mess. But again, if Joe Burrow played, they'd be a borderline playoff team, but not a great team. Zac Taylor's fine. I don't think he's necessarily special. I think he's fine as a coach. I think the owner is the cheapest in the league. I think the front office is mediocre. They don't have a big scouting department. I feel like Denver's got now, I think, the richest owner in the sport, first or second. They're totally committed to Sean Payton in the front office and the roster. So I think Denver is on a short list of teams. I don't know. I look at their personnel. I think if you look at their schedule now, they got a lot of W's coming. And I talked about this last week. Sean Payton's record in September in his career is 30-30. Now think about that. Think how good Sean Payton, all the success he's had. His worst month easily. October on, he wins like 75% of his games. It's September. Why? He comes in, massive playbook, a lot of motion, a lot of sets, and he is demanding on his quarterbacks. And what did you get in the first couple of weeks? Mistakes, penalties. They just quite didn't have it all buttoned up. Love what I see from Denver. Just love it. I mean, J.K. Dobbins and Harvey, Cortland Sutton, who I think Cortland Sutton's really good. I think he's a number one. Franklin, Mims, and Bo Nix, great athlete. So a nice win for Denver, a team I really, really like. And, Sean Payton can be curt and glib for some people, but, that's the reality. Some people are smart and they've got strong opinions. People I've found in my career, people love strong opinions only when they agree with them. And Sean Payton called out Nathaniel Hackett. He was right. And he called out Russell Wilson. He was right. He called out the previous regime. He was right. He was right across the board. You don't have to like how it sounds, but you can't watch that offense and not see the play design, the play calling. Bo Nix is a hit. That kid just fires. He throws the ball down the field, and after his interception, he doesn't care. It's very Andrew Luck. He doesn't care. He doesn't pout. He goes to the sideline, looks at the pad, and goes right back out there. I love Bo Nix so much. Today's show brought to you by our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. The leaves are falling, the stakes are rising, postseason baseball's here. Every swing absolutely can change the season. We got some great teams. How about Milwaukee? Dodgers have no bullpen. Milwaukee swept them this year. Keep your eye on the Mariners. Yankees, do they have good enough starting pitching? Step up to the plate, take a swing on Hard Rock Bet. New customers, all you have to do is bet $5. If it hits, you not only get your winnings, but also $150 in extra bonus bets. Plus, every day this week on Hard Rock Bet, you get a profit boost for a playoff baseball parlay. There's a new promo every day. Boost your same game parlay or SGP max so your bet pays extra winnings. So, if you want to see what everybody else is betting, who's going to homer, top picks, or parlays across any sport, the Hard Rock Bet app literally shows you. It's another reason to download the app. It's easy, 90 seconds. Just for the intro. Tap Discover, and you can see trending picks and parlays at any time. Download the Hard Rock Bet app. Make your first deposit. 8 years after flushing his promising college football career down the toilet, hotshot quarterback Russ Holiday tries to resurrect his dreams by disguising himself as Chad Powers, a talented oddball who walks on to the struggling South Georgia Catfish, based on Eli Manning's Eli's Places segment from ESPN and Omaha Productions. It's a new comedy starring Glenn Powell as Russ Holiday. Hotshot tries to resurrect his dreams, disguising himself as Chad Powers, a talented oddball who walks onto the struggling South Georgia Catfish. It's a new comedy event. Surprise ending. You're going to love it. Hulu's Chad Powers premieres Tuesday, September 30th, with a 2-episode launch. New episodes stream weekly on Tuesdays. This week's Redeem Team player is Dante Moore. The former UCLA Bruin led Oregon to a win at number 3 Penn State. Dante finished great night, 29-39, 3 touchdowns in Oregon's impressive victory at Happy Valley. Football season's here, and if you want to go to an NFL or college football game, Game Time is the place for you. The Game Time app just gives you the advantage back to you, the fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. I love it. easy to use. The game time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price, 100%. So they even let you preview your seat on the app. That's special. Plus, fees are always included. So what you see is what you pay every time. Take the guesswork out of buying professional football tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account. If you use the code Colin, COLIN, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account, redeem code COLIN, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. All right, Miami beat the Jets 27-21. Let's start with Miami. I would have moved off Tyreek Hill last year. He got hurt tonight. Cross your fingers on his health because he's an amazing player. I would have moved off Tua last year. Tua's cap hit next year is going to be higher than Josh Allen and Justin Herbert's. But it's interesting. Justin Fields is a tremendous kid, and he's a great athlete. Dink and dunk. Doesn't throw the ball down the field. Tua doesn't have the arm strength to go deep, but he's really good in the pocket. And relative to NFL quarterbacks, he's not a great athlete. But in the end, the Jets, when you have a quarterback who just takes off and runs all the time, you get great highlights. But they had 3 fumbles. They had 12 penalties. It's sloppy. It looks disorganized. It's just sort of ad-lib offense. And again, they've got talent. I think, Garrett Wilson is obviously very good. Mason, the tight end. I think he's a really talented player. Mason Taylor, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen before he got hurt. I mean, they've got some nice playmakers there, but I don't think you can make it. It's one thing if the quarterback runs. Justin Fields, I think, is a run first guy. I never feel totally comfortable with him in the pocket. He just doesn't throw the ball down the field enough for me. It's a lot of underneath stuff. And I don't know if he doesn't see the field well or he doesn't trust his instincts, but he doesn't scare a defense. He doesn't threaten a defense. He does it with his big plays or with his feet. And I think those are a great additive, but Caleb Williams won this weekend because Caleb Williams can make big throws down the middle of the field. I said this about Caleb Williams on the herd today on FS1. I said, you can talk about the running. Caleb Williams, multiple times against the Raiders, multiple times against Dallas, he makes hard throws, and he throws it right down the middle of the field. Caleb's not afraid, even after interceptions. He's going to let it rip, and he's got a big arm. Well, Justin's got a big arm, and he's athletic, but I just don't feel like he either doesn't trust the coaching, he doesn't trust himself, he doesn't trust his targets, but he just doesn't push the ball down the field. And again, he's a well-liked guy. He works hard, but sometimes there's just you have it or you don't, and some guys just can make those consistent big throws and are willing to let it rip. I mean, I'm looking at the pass chart from Justin Fields. It's all just little tiny stuff underneath. Anybody can do that. That's not threatening the defense. Either he doesn't see the field or he doesn't trust people. But that's not a franchise quarterback. I mean, you got to throw the ball down the field. So franchise is going nowhere. So I don't feel like it's hard to judge the Jets. I mean, they're sloppy. They look disorganized. There's penalties, but they're 4 games in. That's what Aaron Glenn, by the way, criticized of the previous regime was, we're going to clean this up. Well, they're worse than ever. Mets fans tend to be Jets fans. So it's a miserable last couple of days in New York for sports fans of a certain group. I look at the Jets and I'm like, I don't know if they have the right coach. I don't think they have the right quarterback. In fact, I wrote down, it's a really interesting quarterback class. I think Dante Moore is the best I've seen. And I think Carr, I think it's CJ Carr out of Notre Dame. I think he's really good. But the Jets are going to draft a quarterback. The Raiders are going to draft a quarterback. Cleveland's going to draft a quarterback. The Saints are probably going to draft a quarterback. I think Minnesota should draft a quarterback, and I think the Rams will, although I think they'll keep Stafford for another year. But Stafford next year will be, 38 years old. So I think the Jets, Liz, you can say what you want about Cleveland, but Cleveland's got a great defense. You can say what you want about Minnesota, but it's got a great coaching staff. The Jets don't have a lot I like. They have some individual talent, but I don't know what they do particularly well. I mean, when you watch the Jets, you tell me if you're a Jets fan, what are they? I always say this: you can tell really good coaching. Mike McDaniel may not be a head coach, but I think he'd be a tremendous coordinator somewhere. Because when I watch Mike McDaniel's offense, I mean, there's certain things you can't do with Tua. He's not a great athlete. He doesn't throw a great deep ball, especially in cold weather. But when I can watch Mike McDaniel's and I see an identity offensively, I don't love Chris Greer, the GM. If you have Tua as a quarterback, you have to have a good O line and you have to have a good backup. They have neither. But so I don't blame it all on Mike McDaniel, but I can see what they're trying to do. A lot of motion, a lot of sets, a lot of deception. I see what they're trying to do. I don't know what the Jets offense is. I don't know what the Jets team is. They're not buttoned up. They've got talent. Everybody except Tennessee, I think, has talent. I mean, Houston's got all sorts of talent, but I don't get it. I don't see it. And I've said this. Everybody's always afraid of money and power in sports. Small markets are kicking butt. I mean, Denver's not a huge market. They got a good football team. So does Green Bay. So does Kansas City. So does Buffalo. New York teams are a mess. Although I will say this, when I watch the Giants, I feel like I kind of know what they are. With Scattaboo, it's like, and Dart, it's like those guys are good athletes. They're gonna run the football. And you look at their defensive front, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence. I mean, they got dudes. I mean, I know with the Giants personnel defensively up front, that's a great, not a good, a great defensive line. They have a unit that's overpowering. I mean, they beat the Chargers. I don't know what the Jets are. They just have talent here, talent there. I don't think they look well coached. They pick up yards. They don't score enough points. They don't sustain drives. It's kind of a mess of an operation, but it's early. I mean, how much can I come and hammer on Aaron Glenn? I mean, how much time we got here? I don't know. I mean, I think if you look in the NFL right now, we all know there's about 6 to 7 to 8 really, really good quarterbacks. Dak looks like one of them this year. Let's say there's 10 good quarterbacks and there's 10 really good coaches. Well, there's only about 10 really good ownership groups. And I don't think the Jets are one of them. I don't think the Dolphins are one of them. I think Denver is learning. They're all learning each other, but I think Denver's a force to be reckoned with going forward. Bo Nix, Sean Payton, that money, that ownership, and Denver's a cool place to live. A lot of athletes. I mean, I think Peyton Manning, of all the places in the country he could live, I think Peyton Manning chose Denver. So it's a cool place to live. Beautiful, beautiful city. I think the Denver Broncos have about a 10-year run here with a lot of W's. And I think tonight it's the beginning of a pretty special season for the Broncos. The Dolphins should have moved off people. The Jets are what they are. And there you go. Instant reaction.